don't think we ever fully got in rhythm. I think some of the early pressures probably put Jalen a little bit to hurry things. Yeah, it just never looked very in sync whatsoever as we have been before, even when we had some guys open. Just when there, I don't know how many balls were, I think we had like 3 or 4 tipped as well. 2 interceptions on tips or through someone's hand. So not where we want to be or need to be at all in a game like this.
Like you talked about making this rivalry more competitive, just how much more frustrating is it then to lose by 25 today?
Yeah, major step backwards. Definitely a major step backwards in that, and we have to own that. We're thoroughly outplayed. They executed better than us. They were more physical than us, and that's very disappointing. And as a head coach, you have to. It's your responsibility to have them ready to go. And I don't think I don't fault our effort. I don't want to. I don't feel there was anything. I thought our guys, especially in the last 72 hours, were very excited and focused on playing as much as we talked about taking steps like that. I thought they were. So again, getting a turnover early, I thought we had some great momentum and energy, but that dissipated real quick.
Lance, I just wanted to give you the chance to kind of address the KU fan base. I know a lot of the fan base kind of expressed a sense of embarrassment or disappointment about how the streak has lasted against K-State. What would you say to them, and what would you say to needs to turn the tide to change that?
I'm sorry, I'm not quite understanding exactly what you're saying. Could you ask me?
Yeah. A lot of the KU fan base has expressed a sense of embarrassment.
I'd be embarrassed too. I'm embarrassed right now. We need to play better than that. I'm embarrassed. If you're saying the win streak, I'm frustrated that we've lost 5 because those are the 5 that I've been here. So I can't control the past. I can work on the future. So all of that. But if I was a fan, I'd be frustrated as well.
What do you think needs to change to make the streak end? When you look at it holistically.
Well, again, we can go through every year here the opportunities that we had that we didn't. Now today we got thoroughly outplayed, and like I say, we didn't execute very well. We anticipated them, and this isn't, when I say this is a complete team program loss. So it's not any position, but again, we talk about things in the passing game, inconsistencies running the football. We talked about it earlier in the week about being better in special teams, and we get now you could say they had one as well. So if it's a wash, but it was a big one because there's an immediate touchdown. We anticipated them throwing the ball deep, and we gave up more deep balls today than we had all year. So that was, but again, that's being so. Frustration across the board is warranted, and blame starts with the head coach.
When you went into halftime down touchdown, then you come out with the ball, how deflating was it that the first few minutes of the second half went so thoroughly against you guys?
Yeah, very disappointing. You feel you can feel it when you're down 2 scores and you know that you're in for a battle all day, and you fight your way into it, and as you'd like to get into the part of scoring, getting points at the end of the first half was that we're getting the ball start the second half, and you feel really good about that, and then of course you go 3 and out, and it continues the frustration of continuity. And we can go back to a couple weeks ago, same thing. We battled within it. We had a third short and didn't convert again. So all those things of being opportunistic in those situations have not occurred.
Hey, Coach. Seems like it took maybe a little bit of time to get in here after the game. Just wondering kind of what the conversation was with the team after this one. Just kind of what the energy is like.
Well, I apologize if I was a little later than normal because I do a radio, and then I talk to recruits, and we have recruits here. But I don't know, I probably talked maybe a little longer than before because, again, us owning that we're thoroughly outplayed in many different aspects of the game and those things, but also talking about the challenges, that are forthcoming. And again, and could be kind of, related in here to a little bit of questioning is, a lot of people on the outside now will start, chipping away at some of the things that we do within our program. And it's for our players to keep working hard, stay focused, believe in one another, not point fingers. If you want to point fingers, you can point them at the head coach. But again, it's an important time to see where we'll be as, and I want to make sure I emphasize that as they left that locker room tonight, because, again, that's what history will show. So again, we have a chance, and I've said this to our team after wins and after losses. Again, first of all, when they walk in on Monday, we have to own what's on film. We have to be coachable and understand what we have to do. As coaches, when we're in here tomorrow, we have to look hard at what we're doing, and is it working, and do we have the right people in the right places? Okay, and as we continue to work, the way this conference is set up is that you have a chance that we can win a lot of football games yet, or it could be a very long month or so.
Hey Lance, Jalen's been pretty good going into this game. Did he talk to you or tell you what he was seeing, why he was struggling?
Yeah, I thought a couple that, I think there was one early where it got deflected. I don't think he saw a guy in the flat. It was one right into our boundary. And I don't know if I don't want to use the word because I'll get quoted that he was spooked or something, but you kind of saw something. I don't think he was seeing things real clear at times. I know this, the young man battled all day for us, and I think probably some of those runs and those hits and, just to kind of keep battling that way probably took its toll on him a little bit more than we would have liked. Couple things, even when he did get sacked, there was one I know that if he steps up and goes right, and if he goes left, it's at least open to get a throw off and stuff. So again, lot of things coming at him. I think they got us in a cross blitz with the two inside backers, and there was Daniel saw it, and Lyman led off of it, and we thought we had it, and after that, I think there's just a lot of things happening in his face that probably, to their credit, put him off rhythm and put our passing game off rhythm.
What'd you think of the way Highshaw ran today?
I thought he was excited to play in that. I thought he competed so hard, and there's a couple times, we had a couple guys trying to make plays and planting off inside foot in wet conditions and slipping and falling, and we had a few where guys slipped, but Daniel competed. He was excited about playing, obviously, and I thought he played very well for us and competed hard, especially with LaShawn being less than 100%.
Kind of on that same front, what did you think about the offensive line and their play, especially with Nolan Gorsica and Enrique Cruz on that left side?
Well, Kelvin was not 100%, so we're going to rotate, and which makes it harder on Enrique, because he's going to play some right tackle, left tackle, and of course reverse footwork all as he's doing that. But I thought he's handled that well. He's played well for us. Without grading the film and watching, I can't really tell you what each guy did there as far as production wise. But Nolan played well a couple weeks ago. Again, anything that has to go with a line play and where we're at as far as total production on the day, I can't really say right now that it was a great day up front for us as well. So a lot of work to do.
And you've seen similar defensive fronts like that with the kind of that 3-man down. What was the biggest difference that you saw at K-State compared to similar defensive fronts that we've seen in the past?
Schematically, not a ton different of what we've seen to mix it in. They probably had, maybe a little more 3-man, some stuff that I don't have all the numbers in front of me that we had, but they played a lot of 4-man fronts. But I thought what they did do is really did a nice job of mixing up how they brought people and brought the backers and stuff, and and those things, and very disruptive. And the thing about it is that I thought that just off observation from the sideline is when they did come, they came physically, and they were physical, put their hands and pads on people, and when they were coming, they were moving people, and that was credit to them.
have one more? No?
Yeah, on Monday, I think you said, you know, Avery Johnson, underrated passer, and then today you said you expected him to throw deep a little bit. But do you think you guys got the message there? Did you know that he was going to be more dangerous as a passer? Because he obviously can run too.
You know, what we, you know, again, Avery's a fine quarterback. We thought that it'd be short throws and deep throws, not a ton that he sits and throws a lot of intermediate throws, and that's pretty much what they did. And then they mix in some runs with him, and he's extremely dangerous. But yeah, for that, to not defend the deep ball a little bit better was disappointing. I'll say that. And you know, even in their first touchdown drive, they. I mean, we give up 25 yards of penalties, one defense holding one face mask and things. So, I mean, it's when you're giving them half the yardage of their drive on penalties almost, you're not giving yourself much of a chance.
And then real quick, you got a bunch of guys who have been here for a while, been through this for a while, some that haven't. When you look around in there, you guys have always done this, you know, treat every game like it's sort of the same game and a new game and its own game. Does this one, do you see hurt more in the eyes of these guys? Or,
yeah, there's, I mean, that's as down of a, you know, and that's gonna be, the other thing is that, you know, again, you got a lot of work on, you got a lot of things you gotta do, you've gotta get things corrected, and again, for everyone, it's, okay, you know, you gotta get off the mat, and you gotta get back to work, and how you gonna handle that, and if, you know, and you have a team that's down right now, you gotta find the middle ground to continue to address what needs to be addressed, motivate and get things corrected and play and get ready for another home game here against Oklahoma State, and again, a team that will provide its own set of challenges. So again, there'll be a lot of things to work on here in the next 48 hours for sure.
All right, thanks everyone.